Modern society seems to be collapsing under the weight of moral decay and a growing disconnection from ethical principles. As traditional values erode, people find themselves adrift in a landscape dominated by materialism, self-interest, and a lack of accountability. Instead of addressing pressing issues like economic inequality, environmental degradation, or the need for genuine human connection, society is increasingly consumed by superficial conflicts and identity-driven divisions. These arguments over trivial matters stem from a deeply ingrained tribalism, people retreating into ideological or cultural factions, where common ground becomes harder to find. In this fractured environment, mutual respect and constructive discourse are replaced by hostility, and our focus shifts from collective well-being to the dominance of one group over another. As these divisions deepen, the fabric of society weakens, accelerating its decline. The samurai were expected to live by the strict ethical code of Bushido, which means the way of the warrior. Bushido was influenced by Zen Buddhism and Confucianism and emphasized loyalty to one's master, respect for one's superior, and ethical behavior. Samurai were also expected to master virtues such as justice, courage, mercy, politeness, honesty, honor, loyalty, and self-control. Traditionally, samurai served a daimyo, feudal lord, or shogun, military ruler, and their loyalty and social status were tied to this service. When a samurai lost his master, he essentially became a Ronin, which translates to wave man or drifter, symbolizing their lack of direction or place in the social order. Ronin were samurai warriors in feudal Japan who lost their master, either because their lord had died or been exiled, leaving them without a place to serve. The samurai followed a strict code of honor. But without a master, the Ronin had to determine their own moral and ethical codes, leading some to live dishonorably, while others, like Miyamoto Musashi, crafted their own path of honor through self-reliance and personal discipline. Subscribe to this channel for more, and let us begin. This is the way of the modern-day Ronin. The journey begins with changing your behaviors and your overall mindset. You will need to establish a newfound disciplined approach to life. Before you get started, you must think about how you spend your time. You must change your habits and rituals to allow for the samurai way. Spend a week prior to getting started and evaluate your current situation. We all have jobs and commitments. Find a way to integrate your new passion within your current situation. Mindfulness. Meditation and narrowing of the mind is a key component in becoming a samurai. To begin, set aside 5–10 minutes of time that you can commit to daily. Find a comfortable position, close your eyes or rest your gaze. Hone in on a base, which would be a neural or pleasant sensation that you can draw your attention back to. The most common anchor is the breath, but you could also focus on other sensations, sounds, or a mantra. Rest here, endeavoring to notice when the mind drifts off into thought. Without judgment, gently bring our attention back to your base. Stay still and refrain from idle thoughts. Rinse and repeat. Discipline training. In addition to the 5–10 minutes a day that you set aside for meditation, you will also need to set aside 20–60 minutes a day for training of the body. A samurai must undertake a disciplined approach to their life, which means in training their body. Every person is different, and so everyone's approach should be different. But the key to this approach is to train your body in a way that you are embracing not one but all characteristics of training one's body: stretching, strength training, cardiovascular, balance, and endurance. Also, remember, a samurai was often skilled in judo, jiu-jitsu, karate, and kendo. Taking a karate, kickboxing, or a jiu-jitsu class may be helpful. Acquiring a new skill may help in educating yourself. A samurai needs to not only defend oneself, but also others. Maybe you are not currently financially able to take a karate class. Today, we live in an age where the information is at your fingertips. Use it wisely. Spend some time watching a video on how to throw a proper punch or kick. Maybe incorporate this into your everyday workout. Training oneself does not end with just training your physical body, but one should also seek out weapons to train with. The samurai were trained in staffs, bows, and swords. In modern times, these types of weapons are rarely seen or used. In American society, the gun is the modern-day samurai sword. This subject is often taboo in many circles, but training in gun safety and marksmanship will profoundly erode these feelings. Change your diet. Diet was an important aspect of the samurai's way of life, helping to maintain their health and prepare their bodies for the rigors of war. The samurai diet was likely one based on vegetables, rice, and fermented foods like miso, with perhaps small amounts of fresh seafood and poultry. Nutrition is often made out to be quite a confusing subject, but it doesn't have to be that way. Simply opting for more home-cooked meals, prioritizing whole foods, and eating mindfully can go a long way. Educate yourself. The samurai placed a high regard for education. It's said that they strive for the harmony of fighting and learning, which is an intricate balance. Often in the modern world, we get burnt out from formal schooling and assume we're done with learning for good. Instead, keep searching, keep growing. At the same time, appreciate what you already have achieved. Read more. Carve out some time each day to read something. Turn off the videos and read. This will help expand your mind. Stimulate creativity. In addition to finding time to meditate, train, and educate yourself, you should also find a passion, something that you enjoy. Maybe it is as simple as drawing. The samurai were dedicated artists, practicing calligraphy, poetry, music, and painting. They viewed art as a component of life that was just as essential as their physical training and spiritual practice. We all have this ability to express ourselves in our own unique way. It might be writing, playing an instrument, building Lego, or gaming. Whatever medium you choose, let your creativity flow. Develop your own code. The samurai followed the Bushido, the way of the warrior, a warrior code of conduct that dictated how they lived their lives. Honesty, respect, loyalty, compassion, and courage were some of the most important values they were said to have abided by. To be a modern-day samurai, it may be worth determining your own set of values, ones that are true to you, and endeavor to live your life according to them. For some, this may come through following a religious practice. You should explore various Eastern and Western schools of philosophy, including Taoism, Buddhism, and Stoicism. But do not settle for old-school thought process. Bring your values into the 21st century and explore ideas that challenge conventional wisdom. In today's rapidly evolving world, traditional structures of authority and belonging have been transformed or eroded. The concept of a masterless society speaks to the reality that, unlike previous eras, individuals are no longer bound by rigid systems of social hierarchy, religious dictates, or lifelong career paths. The modern Ronin faces a world where independence is both a gift and a challenge. As we move through this new landscape, our personal code becomes our compass. But what does it mean to develop a code in this context? For some, it means crafting principles around personal integrity and resilience, shaping decisions that reflect one's inner values rather than external pressures. In an age of information overload and competing narratives, clarity of purpose, knowing who we are and what we stand for, has never been more critical. The code we develop is not handed down from a master or institution. It is self-forged through experiences, trials, and personal growth. A modern-day Ronin doesn't just survive but thrives by aligning their actions with their self-defined ethos, regardless of societal shifts. Whether it's in career paths, creative endeavors, or personal relationships, We are all crafting a unique identity amidst the noise. Just like the wandering warriors of old Japan who live by their own principles after losing their traditional roles, we too must embrace our independence while bearing the responsibility it brings. Serve others. The name samurai can actually be translated as those who serve. As well as being warriors, the samurai were loyal servants to the emperor, to their masters, and even to the public. We can translate this into modern-day living by developing a vision that is greater than ourselves. How can we contribute to making the world a better place for all? This might be volunteering time, donating to charity, or simply seeking to help others whenever you can. Strive for mastery. Whatever the samurai practiced, they did so to their utmost ability. Whether it be training, education, a passion, or meditation, they strive to be experts. A modern-day equivalency would be a commitment to excellence. Commit yourself to whatever it is that you are doing, and sure, you may not be excellent and you may not master it. The key is to put forth your best foot forward in whatever it is that you are doing. Remember, mastery is not something that we'll ever necessarily achieve, but there are many lessons we can learn in the pursuit of it. In essence, in a world where we no longer have external masters dictating our path, our personal health and wellness, our pursuit of individual happiness and our code or moral standard is what keeps us grounded. It is what will define us, connect us with like-minded individuals, and guide us through the uncertainty of modern life. As your mindset changes from the standards that modern life has brought to your door, you are starting on the journey. Are you a sage? Not even close. You are the concept of Shoshin, meaning beginner's mind, represents the attitude of openness and eagerness that a novice warrior might have at the start of their journey in Bushido, the samurai code. This is just the beginning of the path.